Hey everybody, Side Gig Guy here. A recent comment on one of my videos stated that we haven't done a ride-along video in the new area in quite a while. So why don't we do that? Today we're going to go out in Foley, Alabama. We're going to do a little ride-along, do some door dashing and some Uber eating and other things, and we'll see what we can get.
I've been starting my days in Foley, Alabama at around 7 a.m. Going out any earlier than 7 a.m. doesn't get me very much business. And today, it looks like it's going to be a really nice day. The sun's out, the birds are singing. So before I start, I do a quick safety check of my vehicle, make sure that all the tires have air in them, and then I take off. Well, I had forgotten my keys, and I had forgotten my wallet, and I had forgotten my DoorDasher wallet, so I went back into the house and I got everything I needed. Then I took off.
So in the morning, I usually do head to the same place because I like to get my car washed, vacuum it out in case I'm going to do any ride share. But, I can see that Apple Maps has already figured out I'm doing that every day as well. I'm a paranoid type. I tend to think that if Apple Maps knows where I go every morning, that DoorDash and Uber and all the other side gigs have probably figured out my routine in the morning. So when that happens, when Apple Maps figures it out, I usually switch things up a little bit and I'll go somewhere else. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of going to where my car wash is on the north-south side, I'm just going to drive straight down to the beach and see what's going on down there.
One of the optional features that my car has is called adaptive cruise control. Now, if you don't know what that is, that means you set the cruise, and if the traffic in front of you slows down, you don't have to stop. You can see how my feet are out of my slippers there. Well, I completely avoid that accident. It tells me to just watch for surrounding vehicles, slows the car down to 20 miles an hour, and all is good. I'm perfectly comfortable. It makes it much easier for me to drive and focus on other things, even though I know I'm supposed to be really watching what I'm driving. Now, as we're on our way to the beach area where I'm going, we have to cross over this canal. And this canal actually separates multiple different bays and waterways across Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, and it's just actually kind of cool to drive over every day. And that's sort of like my little dividing line between point A and point B. While it's quiet, why don't I do a little bit of Q&A from my comments section? Someone asked, why is my on-time percentage so great? Theirs never is. Well, the answer to that is I think that percentage is broke. I've never been above 98. You guys can answer in the comments if you've ever seen anything better. Someone else said, how'd I get 9 cents a mile? Did I use any methodology? Like, no, that's just what AAA says. Another person asked about my 2 videos where I seem to contradict myself about making $1 a mile. Well, let me just say that I contradict myself a lot. And $1 a mile is nice, but I'll settle for whatever I can get. I gotta make the money first. Last comments are probably too lengthy to address here, but let me say first, yes, I am oversaving for a car, and second, no, don't worry, I don't have to contribute to SSI anymore. So after an hour of waiting at 7:56, we finally got our first order. It's a double, picking up at both Burger King and West Beach Coffee House, and so we're gonna accept that one, and let's go get her done. It's 8 a.m., but of course, the lobby is still closed.
Hey, pick up for Jolie, it's a DoorDash. All right, thank you, you too.
This was the first of 2 pickups for Jolie. She wanted to get her sandwich from Burger King, but like a lot of people, prefer to get their coffee from a real coffee house or something like that. And it's totally cool. I don't mind making 2 stops at 2 places to make one final delivery. Once I had the food on board, I went back to my vehicle, programmed in the destination, and went to make the drop. Most of DoorDashing is relatively uneventful. You pick up food and you drop it off. This person left a $1 tip for one of the orders and a $3.50 for the other order, so I call it $4.50 grand total for tip.
All right, so the 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock hour was big nothing. We got $0.00. We did get a nice stack that came in right at the end of the hour, and we just got it dropped off. It's about 8:26 now, so we've got $12.97 for the second hour, and so it's about halfway through that. So we just got another one, picking up at that same coffee house where we just picked up a moment ago. It's actually kind of going in the same general direction on this road too. Too bad it didn't come in earlier. It would have been a nice stacked, triple stack. but let's go pick it up. So 4 drinks is the perfect number of drinks to me. It keeps everything really balanced in the drink carrier. And we got their food items here, and we are ready to go. So we confirm the pickup, and we get our location, and we are on the way.
Stopping route to...
This customer said she'd meet us out front, and there she was, just as she said she would. So that's great. It was a quick handoff, and then we got a really great tip on this one. $12. This zone is so much more generous than the zone I used to work in back in Georgia.
Okay, so our day's been a little mixed. From 7 to 8, we got absolutely nothing. Had fun watching the Spark people do their thing at Walmart. But from 8 to 9, because we got a $12 tip in there, we actually are at $29.34. And I picked up this order from that slipper place. They didn't actually make me wait that long. And we're on their way to that, but we're not going to count that from the 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock hour, because I'm not even going to get it dropped off until about 9:20. It's quite a ways from the restaurant to the destination. So let's go get her dropped off. And you know, the rain, it's getting worse, but I can see pockets of clear sky and sun as well. My weather forecast on my watch says it's 100% chance of rain for the next 2 hours. Hopefully it will clear up and I can stay on the road. I don't like to dash in the rain. We'll see how it happens. All right, so I screwed up. I was supposed to pick up a iced coffee for this last delivery that I got from the slipper. And you know, the funny part of it is I always check for drinks, but this one threw me for a loop because I thought it was just a menu item, and I just skimmed real quick looking for things like drinks, and it was, you know, the first item on the list. I feel kind of dumb. It was the first item on the list. Me and the customer have exchanged texts, and even though this was only a $2 tip, I feel bad. So I've got a replacement from Starbucks on board, paid for this out of my own pocket, and we are gonna run it back over and we'll put a side gig guide sticker on it, and hopefully we can make amends. 110,000 miles. 110,000 miles. Yay! Hey guys, we're having a pretty good day today. The skies have cleared up, and we just dropped off that Burger King, I'm sorry, not Burger King, Dairy Queen. Got my royalty messed up there for a minute. The Dairy Queen order for a $9 tip. That was awesome. And then we just got this one, picking up at the Five Guys. And we were just around the corner from that also. So let's grab that one and keep this day moving. We did have kind of a little slow spurt in there when we had to replace one of our customers' coffee, but that happens. All right, we got Blake's order from Five Guys here. Let's bag her up. And you know, I'm curious to know if you guys have noticed something so far today on our ride along. It's been very obvious to me, of course. Every order that we've gone to has tipped us today. Some of them have been great tips, actually. But it's interesting because the lowest tip we got, ironically, was $2, and that was from the one where we forgot the coffee. But since I've moved here, I've had one particular store. It's a pizza chain that uses DoorDash quite a bit to make their deliveries, so maybe you can figure this out. But this particular store, on Saturday of last week, I did 5 deliveries for them, and 3 out of the 5 deliveries were 0 tip. And the other 2 deliveries were really small tips. It was $2 and then $2 and some change out of 5 deliveries. Something's not right, because this is a very generous zone. As you can see from what we've done today. I mean, most of the people, everybody, I'm sorry, not most of the people, everybody is tipped. The smallest tip was $2. So why is it that 3 out of 5 deliveries I got on Saturday were 0 tip? Is it because they're taking them? I don't know. But I'm going to be making a video, I'm going to be doing some research, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
So here's what happened to finish out the day. We dropped off the Five Guys order, and that had a tip. But then I got a Burger King order that only tipped 40 cents. Who tips 40 cents? I don't get that. I would have rather had a 0 tip than a 40-cent tip. So I closed out the day with a little over $66. At the end of each day, what I'd like to do is record my odometer reading, and then I go in and I record how much money I made and how many miles I drove. Now, I don't go off my odometer. The odometer is recorded in a spreadsheet,
But for the number of miles I drove, I actually use an app called Gridwise, and I turn it on and turn it off from the time that I'm accepting orders until I'm not accepting orders, because that's when I intend to actually work. When I don't intend to work and the apps are turned off, the miles that I drive on the way home, I don't count. Well, hope you enjoyed the ride along. We'll hope to do another one soon. Thanks for watching. Side Gig Guy out.